Hello, MonkeyDKaiba here, and I'm going to show you another deck profile, this time Naturias. Naturias are, I think, a very fun deck to use, especially if you want to annoy your opponent, because it's all about negating and suppressing your opponent and everything he does. So, here we go. Starting out with the monsters, we have Naturia Maron. When it's normal summoned, you can select a Naturia monster and put it in your graveyard. And also, once per turn, you can shuffle 2 Naturia monsters from the graveyard into your deck and draw a card. So it's basically the pot of avarice of the deck.
Scrap recycler, just like.
Yeah, as the recyclers. 2 Naturia butterflies. They're tuners and 500 attack, 500 defense, 3 stars, and their effect is once per turn. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can mill the top card of your deck to negate it. So, stops attacks.
Mini Krebens.
Yeah, it's a good first turn card. Naturia Rose Whip. It's also a tuner. It's a plant, 1700 defense, 3 starred. While it's face up in the field, your opponent can only activate 1 magic or trap per turn. Naturia Eggplant. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can select 1 Naturia monster and add it to your hand. So, very useful. 1 Naturia except Eggplant.
You only run 1, so.
I run 1, yeah. Naturia Cliff, I run 3. They're the searchers of the deck, essentially. When it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can select 1 Naturia monster. 1 level 4 or lower Naturia monster from your deck and special summon to the field in face up attack position. It says sent, so it doesn't have to be destroyed. It just sent it all. So that's pretty useful. If your opponent dark holes it or destroys it by battle. Yep. Naturia Mantis. 1700 attack, level 4 insect. It's useful because you can discard a Naturia monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate, not negate, but destroy your opponent's monster if he normal summons it. It doesn't negate the normal summon, but it does destroy it afterwards, so it has its uses. Naturia Fruit Flies. This is a very good card. Because what happens is, while it's on the field, your opponent's monsters lose 300 attack and defense for every Naturia monster you have face up on your side of the field, including itself and including other Naturia Fruit Flies. So, essentially, with these cards, you can completely dominate the field attack-wise. If you have 1 Fruit Fly in the field, your opponent loses 300 attack and defense. If you have 2 on their own, your opponent loses 1200 attack and defense, and if you have 3 on their own, your opponent's monsters lose 2700 attack and defense. If you have these 3 and another 2 Naturia monsters, your opponent loses 4500 attack and defense. So essentially, your Naturia monsters could destroy Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon if it wanted to. Not only that, but its second effect is once per turn, you can take control of an opponent, face up opponent's monster whose attack is 0. So that's just even better. So, very good card. Naturia Cosmobeat is a plant tuner, and it can be special summoned from your hand when your opponent normal summons or sets a monster.
What a broken little card.
My favourite cards in the whole deck, Bamboo Shoots. This card really annoys opponents. So many duels I've had with this, once it's been summoned properly, my opponent just surrenders. Not a lot, but sometimes, because it's just so annoying. When it's tribute summoned successfully by tributing a Naturia monster, your opponent cannot activate spells and traps. It has 2000 attack, and it's 5 starred. It's essentially a Jinzo almost in a sense, and a spell canceller, but not for you. Your opponent can still negate its summon with counter trap card like Solemns, but once it's summoned successfully, your opponent can activate anything, including Bottomless Trap Hole. So, very good. There's a combo to go with it, I'll explain it later. 2 Doom Dozers. This deck runs a lot of insects. Doom Dozer, 2800 attack. Remove 2 insects from your graveyard to special summon it. It can't be special summoned in other ways. If it inflicts damage to your opponent mills the top card of his deck. Mostly because of his high attack I use it, but it's very useful. The Naturias aren't known for having high attack, so this helps. Neospatian Grand Mole, limited to 1. Everybody knows what it does. It's a good card to have in any general deck. This one especially because it's an Earth type, and so far you'll notice all the monsters are Earth type. And last of the monsters, another Earth type would be Morphing Jar, just because it's also a good general card to have.
Rejuvenation.
Yeah, and Rejuvenation essentially. For the magics, run Swords of Revealing Light just for protection, because like I said, your Naturias are very weak. Other than that, it's just all staples for the magics: Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Pot of Dualities, and a Mystical Space Typhoon. The deck has a lot more traps than it does magic, so again, mostly for protection. 2-dimensional prisons, Mirror Force. Just to add on to the whole negating thing, I use the free Solemns. Here's a useful card, Spiritual Earth Art Kuragane, or whatever. Tribute 1 Earth monster on your side of the field to special summon a level 4 or lower Earth monster from your graveyard, except the tributed monster. It's very useful because I tend to use this to get out an extra Fruit Fly from the graveyard to really slow my opponent down. I have to mention though that if you use this for Eggplant and or Cliff, if you tribute Cliff or Eggplant, their effects will miss their timing, so they won't actually work. So just let you know not to try and do that if you ever do.
Yeah, check out the timing video also on the
Yes, check out my timing video for more information on that. Call the Haunted, again to get the Fruit Flies out. This card I love, this deck goes in match, is essentially Rivalry of the Warlords, but for attributes. Basically what it does is, once this card is on the field, neither players can have more than 1 attribute, and after that your opponent cannot... This doesn't affect my deck at all because it's all Earth, but if your opponent uses a deck with multi-attributes, so it can really slow him down. It means only he can have 1 type at a time, and once he has that 1 type out, he can't summon any other types. He can't even tribute for it, essentially. So it's very good. Obviously this is a card that you may want to side out if you're going against a deck also that uses only 1 type of attribute, or mostly 1 attribute, like Light Sworns for example. Safe Zones. 2 in this deck. If I had a third one, I would run 3. Safe Zone and Bamboo Shoot is a very good combo, because what Safe Zone does is it's a continuous trap. You select 1 face-up attack monster on the field, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. It cannot be destroyed by card effects, or by your opponent's card effects, I think, and it cannot be targeted. So if you normal summon Bamboo Shoot properly and your opponent cannot activate spells or traps, activate your Safe Zone on it, it's very hard to take down. You'll essentially have to blow the field with a Black Rose Dragon, or use an effect monster to destroy Safe Zone, essentially. I must mention, you could also use Safe Zone to target an opponent's face-up attack monster if they're going to Heavy Storm or MST the Safe Zone when it's face down, obviously. I also have to mention though, a monster equipped with Safe Zone cannot attack directly. When the monster Safe Zone is attached to, if Safe Zone is removed at all, the monster is destroyed. And last, Starlight Road, because a lot of back row. Lot of back row in this deck, and this protects them. As far as extra deck goes, anything worth a mention would be Naturia Leodrake, because 3,000 attack, 9 stars, can be useful. Naturia Barkion, the Trap Negator. It's a 6-star. You can remove 2 cards from your graveyard from play to negate the activation of a trap. Very useful. Naturia Landois, 2350, 7-starred. You can discard a spell card from your hand to negate the activation of an effect, monster's effect, and destroy it. I don't have a Naturia Beast yet. I've ordered one, but I haven't got it yet. But it would be going in this deck, and what happens with it is a 5-starred. It's 5-starred, and its effect is you can mill the top 2 cards of your deck to negate the activation of a spell card and destroy it. And I think it has 2200 attack points. So that will be going in the deck. So thanks again. This is my Naturia deck. Comment, rate, subscribe.